Hello. Testing, testing. How's it going, Noob School? Cheesy Rider. Good to see you, good to see you. Hope everyone's doing alright. We're here for some more Revline ranking races. We are doing the Finn Cross main circuit reverse in the popper. We've got 3 races tonight. We've got 4 minutes until the qualification starts for the first race of the evening. So if you want to get in and join, there is space in the server still for you to get involved. So every race will start at 5 past the hour, and we've got 3 of them tonight. Is Noob School joining in? So at the moment we've got David Final Form, we've got Ezin, Super Raptor, Joe Bairden, Bouncy, Nate Savate, Plague, Cheesy Rider, and Reed Crafter. Yeah, thank you, Sicarius. Thank you, thank you. We've got Koo. Good to see Koo. Good luck to everyone keeping this little monster under control for 35 laps. Yeah, I did some practice. I did like about 4 or 5 races just before the stream. I managed a 37.8, and I've seen some 37.7s from the likes of Joe Bairden. I think Plague got a 37.7. No worries, Noob. Baird said he was going to do both of them. I wonder where he is. He said he was going to do all 3 actually. Is he forgotten? Is he not coming? Is he scared? I'm not sure, I'm not sure. I'm just going to see what lap these guys are on. They're just doing a practice session. David Final Form here. He's got a 37.908. 37.844 now. Ezin, 37.913. 37.927 from Plague. Bouncy, 38.2. Cheesy 39.0, got 37.8 from Joe Bairden. So yeah, we've got 3 minutes before we start the qualification for the first race. Got a sweaty lobby here already. We had some great racing yesterday on the European Rallycross circuit in the switchback. And it's definitely a change of pace this time. They're in a smaller car on the Finn Cross circuit. They're racing the poppers. That everyone's been getting to grips with it for the last hour or so in the server. Yeah, it's a very tricky thing to drive, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah, they are doing 35 laps on this track, so we'll see how that goes. So we'll get to see the lines from Joe Bairden. Apparently this is David Final Form's favourite track. So we'll see how he goes tonight. He had a couple of wins for himself yesterday. Got some good racing ahead. So after this practice session is over, I will pause the server. I'll get in the voice chat with the guys. I'll go through the qualifying procedure. And then we'll get ahead with the first qualification of the evening. Like I said, 3 races tonight. So Baird is, Noob is pinging Baird. Wonder what he says. He might come in last minute. Last minute Donny. $37.770 from Joe Bairden. What does David Final Form have? 37.844. To get very close to those tyres there. And he comes across the line to finish the last practice. Finishes on a 37.810. So if this was qualifying, it looks like it would be Joe Bairden on pole position. But very close between like 4 drivers there. Ezin, Joe Bairden, David Final Form, Plague. Right, I'm going to pause the server, and then I'll get in the voice chat and talk through the qualification process with these guys. Are we missing anyone? We've got Cheesy, we've got David, we've got Ezim, we've got Joe Baird, we've got Nate, we've got Koo, Crafter, Super Raptor, Plague, and Bouncy. Is there anyone here? Right, so I'm just going to jump in the VC with those guys, go through the qualifying procedure, and then I'll be right back with you. How's it going, fellas? Can you hear me? My mic's been playing up today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry. Right, I'll quickly go through the qualifying procedure. So I'm going to split you into two groups. So the first group will be Koo, Ezin, Joe Bairden, Nate, Cheesy Rider. So that'll be the first group. You'll go around, you'll do 2 flying laps. So you've got the out lap, 2 qualification laps. When you get on the 4th lap, please DNF safely off track. And the group that's waiting, can you please wait offline? There's plenty of spaces to go on the track where you can just be offline and out of the way. When the first group is done, second group goes. Same again, when you hit the 4th lap, make sure you DNF. Then I'll get all the times. Then I'll come back in the voice chat before the race and go through that procedure as well. Any questions? Yeah, I had a Windows update and it's fucked everything up yet again. But so yeah, we've got Koo, Ezin, Joe Bairden, Nate Savitz, Cheesy Rider. You're in the first group. The rest of you are in the second group. Nah, it's like OBS has saved everything, thankfully. Yeah. I only found out it was messed up just before the stream started, so I've not done anything. But I'm sorry, just turn me down if it's hurting your ears. But yeah, good luck, guys, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Alrighty then. Right, we'll put this on 4 laps, ready for the qualification. And then we'll get straight into qualifying. So, Koo, Ezin, Joe Bairden, Nate Savage, Cheesy Rider in the first group. And we will get crack-a-lacking for the qualifying. Robin, it sounds like you're speaking into a bullhorn. So it's fine on stream, but not in Discord. Or does it sound horrible on stream as well? I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll carry on. There's nothing I can do about it right now. How's it going, Shiny Phoenix? How's it going, Cheesy Rider? Yeah, if the mic sounds terrible on the stream, please let me know and I'll try and do something quickly while these guys are doing qualifying. Ooh, Johnny Soccer has just got in. He'll have to start at the back of the grid because he's just missed qualifying. So we've got Joe Bairden. It sounds normal on stream. Okay, we're good. So we've got Joe Bairden, Ezin, Nate Savage, we've got Koo, and we've got Cheesy Rider in this first group. They've only got 2 chances to get a qualifying time. Oh, that's alright then. Yeah, I had a Windows update today and it messed up all my sound settings and everything apart from OBS, thankfully. So we sound okay everywhere. Well, just here, not anywhere else. Apparently I sound too loud in the Discord, but yeah, never mind. So they are all on their first flying lap now. We'll ride on board with Joe Bairden. See what time he gets. Joe Bairden's first time in qualifying, a 38.067. We do know you can get a 37.7. I saw it earlier on, and some people told me that he got a 37.6 on another day. But he has one more chance. This is where it all matters in these 2 qualifying laps. And then once it ends to the 4th lap, they'll all have to find somewhere safe to DNF. And then the second group will be on the way. So can he improve his time? Yes, he does. A 37.940 from Joe Bairden. Joe Bairden and his... is that safe? Can Koo just push his car? Can you just push Joe Bairden's car out the way, Koo, before you DNF? I don't know if you can hear me. My God, what's going on? I think it's out the way. I don't think anyone's... That's definitely not on the line. I just don't want David Final Form to get too much damage. Alright, is anyone else on the racing line? I think that's safe. I think that's safe. Right, the next group is here. We've got Bouncy. We've got Super Raptor. We've got Reed Crafter. We've got Plague. We've got David Final Form. So now it's the opportunity to get a qualifying time. Got a little square here. I've just noticed that anyway. Getting distracted. Who should we ride on board with? We'll ride on board with David Final Form. He's starting his first qualification lap. He is also, I've also seen him do a 37.7 in practice. Let's see if he can replicate that here in qualifying. Q has left. Well, he should be alright because his time will be saved. His time will be saved, so I don't know if his game crashed or if he's just quickly changing some parts. We've got David Final Form going across the line. He's got a 37.758 from David Final Form. 37.758. So at the end of qualifying, I'll look at all the times and we'll see who is the quickest overall, and then I'll sort out the grid for the race. 35 laps of this track these are all going to be doing. Ooh, corner bomb out of nowhere there from Super Raptor. Plague's going to go across the line. David Final Form. Looks like he is backed out of this one. And he will hit a DNF, and I think he's the last one on the track. Who we got over here? Just got Plague. Plague needs to DNF, and then I'll collect all the times. There we go. Alrighty, right, I'll just sort out these qualifying times, and then I'll be back with you guys very shortly. Alright, so David Final Form is on pole for the first race. So this evening, Ezin in second, Joe Baird in third, Plague in fourth, Bouncy fifth, Nate Saviate in sixth, Reed Crafter seventh, Q in eighth, Cheesy Ride in ninth, and Super Raptor is in 10th place. Right, I'll just jump in to the voice chat. I'll go through the start procedure, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Yo, sorry. Right, I'm back. So yeah, David Final Form is on pole position. I'll stick on 36 laps. You'll all have to do one lap around the track, follow who's in front of you. David Final Form will line up on the left, and then everyone, like bumper to bumper, in a staggered formation down the grid. So it'll be David Final Form, Ezin, Joe Bairden, Plague, Bouncy, Nate, Reed Crafter, Koo, Cheesy Rider, and Super Raptor. And then when we get to the start-finish line and everyone is gridded up, I'll ask everyone if they're ready. Then I'll do one horn for you to get into gear, and then one horn to go. I'll just press it once now, just to see if everyone can hear it. Everyone good? Yeah. I'll just do it one more time. I'll do one more time for Q. Is that good, Q? All right. Right, so, yeah, good luck, everyone. Any questions before we start? What, sorry? Yeah, Johnny, you'll be at the back of the grid, mate. Yeah, you just follow Super Raptor. Alrighty. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you at the end. Sorry, it's so bad. Right, ready up, guys. I'll be muted when you're racing. Right, so we've got David, we've got Ezin, Joe Baden, Plague, Bouncy, Nate, Reedcrafter, Koo, Cheesy, Super Raptor, Johnny Soccer. If you could just park where the start finish, there's like the I don't even know what it's called. You know what I mean? Yeah, the line. That's it. Yeah, brain fat. Yeah, right there. We'll do, David. That'll do, mate. Yeah, the guy in second has to be right of yous. Right, so Ezin, you're alongside David. Ezin's in second. So we've got David, Ezin, Joe Baden, Plague, Bouncy, Nate, Reed, Koo, Cheesy, Super Raptor, Johnny Soccer. All right, Bouncy, can you go forward a bit, please, mate? A little bit more. That'll do, that'll do. Koo, back a little tiny bit, please. Cheesy, you're good. Super Raptor, back a little bit, please. And Johnny Soccer, can you line up, please? And then we are good to go. All right, is everyone ready? I was nearly doing commentary while I was in the voice chat there. I just had to quickly mute myself. But we've got David final form with a good start in first position. We've got Joe Baden with a good start from third into second, but he nearly spun David final form there. He had to back out of that one, so that drops him back down into third. Ezin up into second place. So at the moment, we've got David final form in first. We've got Ezin in second, Joe Baden third, Plague in fourth, Reedcrafter fifth, Bouncy sixth, Koo seventh, Nate in eighth, Super Raptor in ninth, and Cheesy Rider, that is your top 10. Johnny Soccer currently running in 11th place. Already a gap forming between the top 4 and everybody else. David final form in first position, Ezin, Joe Baden and Plague. That is your top 4 group here. Joe Baden going a little bit wide, but he manages to close it off there. Plague trying to find an opening but nothing doing. This is creating a gap between the top 2 and 3rd and 4th. David final form already building a gap there over Ezin in second place. Joe Baden, our current ELO Revline ranking leader. David final form is in second place. As the races go on, it'll start to take shape and we'll have some idea of the rankings at Revline. But definitely Joe Baden and David final form after the races we've seen so far are the ones in form at the moment. Don't forget IQ as well. He's only done one race and he won. He's got a 100% record. I'm sure we'll see him again in the future. But for now, we've got these guys on track. Joe Baden managing to not allow Plague to overtake there, not much room for Plague to manoeuvre. But David final form has got about a second gap over Ezin in second place. We've got Joe Baird in third, Plague in fourth, Reed Crafter in fifth, Nate Savitt in sixth, Koo in seventh, Bouncy in eighth, Super Actor in ninth, and Cheese Rider. That is your top 10. Everybody very close on track. Looks like most people have got a battle. Johnny Soccer had a very slow start off the line, so hopefully he'll start picking up some pace. We've got Koo and Nate here. Koo looking for an opening. It's the first race for Nate Savitt. Hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. Revline. Looking like he's got decent pace so far. Good to see Reed Crafter again. He organises a lot of equals ban events over there. Good to see him having the opportunity to race tonight. And I know how that feels when you're the organiser. It's hard to find a race for yourself. So it's good that he's managed to get one here. Koo had to back out of that one. That's going to allow Bouncy to go side by side as we go into turn one. Is Bouncy going to get this overtake complete? Looks like he's going to make two overtakes in one corner. He's going to be alongside Nate Savitt. Nate Savitt's going to be on the wide. Koo is going to follow Bouncy through here to hopefully get an overtake as well. But it looks like Bouncy, very good driving there from him. Gets two overtakes in two corners. And he climbs his way up into, I believe, sixth position. So the gap at the moment, David Fan on form, building the gap over Ezin in second place. Joe Baird in third, Plague in fourth. Then we've got Reed Crafter having a lonely race there in fifth. Then we've got Bouncy, Nate Savitt, Koo, Super Raptor. Then we've got Cheesy Rider, Johnny Soccer at the back of the grid. We do have blue flag rules. So the back markers, if they do get close to the leaders, will have to allow them to overtake. Yeah, we're doing popper racing tonight on the Finn Cross main circuit reverse. It looks beautiful. These guys were saying it might be a struggle bus handling this car, but it looks like we've got some very good racing so far. We've seen some overtakes already. Looks like Bouncy, after maybe not showing his true pace there in qualifying, he's definitely picked up the pace now. Climbing past Koo and Nate Savitt. Also, Koo is overtaking Nate Savitt as well. Have we got any leading battles here? We've got gaps between first, second, third and fourth. Similar gap between David, Final Form, Ezin, Joe Bairden and Plague. That is your top four there. Then we've got a gap before we get to Reed Crafter. But it looks like Bouncy is picking up the pace and is catching up to the back of Reed here. Bouncy has been involved in a lot of races at Revline so far. He did our first ever Revline main event. Did a couple of races yesterday and he's here again tonight driving the popper. Good to see. Good to see. He did tell me that he's been learning off some of these quick donnies at the front. It looks like he's definitely working out for him there. So it looks like all these front four have got a similar pace. No one really catching up to anybody yet. There's first, second, third and fourth. David Final Form keeping it very consistent. Not even at the halfway stage yet of this one. So yeah, we've got 3 races tonight. So if you want to get involved in the second and third race after this one, the server will get turned into a practice server. You'll have about 20 minutes to do some practice. And then at 5 past the hour, we will do qualification again. Nate Savitt, oh no, did his game crash? Or did he rage quit? I am not sure. Hopefully neither happened, but yeah, probably one of the two. That's a rip there for Nate Savitt. I'm sorry to see that he has left. But we carry on. David Final Form in first position. Had a good start off the grid. Joe Bairden tried to get an overtake on him and he had to back out of it. That dropped him a bit further back. And now he's having to build his way up from third position. But the pace between these guys very similar. So it's struggles. There's struggles there to try and catch up. Bouncy, after it looked like he was catching up to Reed Crafter. The gap looks pretty similar there between him and Reed. Koo not too far behind. Then we've got Super Raptor, Cheesy Rider, and Johnny Soccer. No real close battles on the grid so far. We just got gaps everywhere. So we'll just keep an eye on everything and see if we can find a battle when it does arise. I think we'll ride on board for a lap with David Final Form just to see what his pace is looking like. He's currently on a 37.758. Great racing so far from David Final Form. Qualified on pole position, and he's just holding the pace here. Looking very good for himself at the moment. So there is a lap with David. I think he improved his lap time then as well. Ooh, we've got a battle here between Reed Crafter. Let's get on Reed Crafter. Where is he? Reed. There he is. Got a battle starting to form between Reed Crafter and Bouncy. Bouncy climbing from further back on the grid is looking to get himself a 5th position here. Reed Crafter has kept it nice and tidy so far, but Bouncy definitely looking like he's got some decent pace here. Reed Crafter's on a 38.3889 for his fastest lap so far. So Bouncy doesn't have to force anything here. He can be patient. There's no immediate danger from behind. So he just has to figure out where the gap appears, what kind of racing lines Reed Crafter is doing, and then he can make his move. It looks like Reed Crafter has picked up the pace. This first corner definitely looking good for Bouncy. He does catch up a lot there. So we've got Reed Crafter ahead, the 404 machine there. And then we've got Bouncy just behind with the yellow at the bottom. Bouncy getting a little love tap there on Reed Crafter. They're going to be side by side. Reed Crafter having good acceleration out of the corner. We'll keep hold of 5th position for now. Bouncy with a tighter line than Reed Crafter, but he's going to be slower on the exit as we hit the start and finish straight. We're about to enter the 15th lap of the race for these two guys. And Reed Crafter will stay ahead for now. We'll just quickly go through the order. Then there's David Final Form in first. Maybe we'll get a battle soon for 2nd place between Ezin and Joe Baden. Then we've got Plague in 4th position, not too far behind. But we'll keep an eye on Bouncy and Reed Crafter. Bouncy did the first event, the Dowles Bannon Mini Enduro. Finished towards the back of the grid on that one, but he's definitely improved since then. So he's going to be building that ranking if we can have a decent result here and get himself into 5th position. The only obstacle in his way is Reed Crafter. But I am seeing a battle for 2nd and 3rd here between Ezin and Joe Baden. There is 2nd and 3rd. David Final Form has cleared off there in 1st position. He's got very decent pace up ahead there. I am aware that David Final Form's favourite track is this one. I'm not sure if his favourite car is the Popper though. But it's a combination that is working out for him at the moment. Joe Baden going for a narrower line than Ezin into turn 1. Ezin does have more speed as he exits the corner though. Joe Baden all over the back of Ezin, trying to figure somewhere to get through. No gap there for him to go through, so Ezin will keep hold of 2nd for now. Ezin in the white, Joe Baden in the black and red. Ezin keeping it nice and tight. He just has to keep hold of his racing lines, make sure no huge gap open up for Joe Baden to enter. Plague not really close enough to take advantage of anything happens here just yet. But all this is going to allow David Final Form to get away in 1st position. Alright, we'll just see what the Bouncy Reed Crafter situation is like. As I say, that Bouncy looks like he's just completed the overtake on Reed Crafter. That was a perfect time to arrive. And also Koo has caught up to this battle as well. Looks like Bouncy and Reed Crafter, the battling there was allowing Koo to catch up. But Bouncy, as we just looked there, completed the pass there on Reed Crafter, and he's up into 5th position. It's got an absolute mountain to climb to get into 4th. There is the gap there. We've got Plague almost at the end of the start finish, and Bouncy just getting on it himself. So it looks like 5th position is the best he can hope for right now. But he has to maintain his pace because Reed Crafter will not let him go lightly. And also Koo in close company as well. He looks like he's picked up the pace as the race has gone on. So there is 5th, 6th and 7th position. Alright, we'll go back to that battle for 2nd place. There is 2nd place Ezin and Joe Baden. We're starting to hit the back markers here. Johnny Socko just up ahead. We've got Ezin on the left, Joe Baden on the right. Joe Baden looking for a switch around there, but it doesn't really work that time. He hits a bump. That'll slow him down a little bit as we get through the tight section of the track. Got the long left-hander. All this is allowing Plague to catch up to these two as well. So we do have blue flag rules, but Johnny Soccer did do a race with us yesterday, so I believe he will understand the situation here. I'll probably just allow them to overtake on the start and finish. Yeah, we've got Ezin in the white, Joe Baden in the black and orange, and just behind we've got Plague here in the checkered red and white. There you go, Johnny Soccer, just allow the leaders to overtake, please. Oh, please, there you go. That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. That'll do, that'll do. So there's your leader, David, final form. Put it on pole for the first qualification this evening, and he's just running away right now. While there's battles behind him, he can just build that gap. He's on lap 21 of 36. Then here is second, third and fourth. Ezin, Joe Baden, Plague, Johnny Soccer lap behind. Then we've got a huge gap before we get to Bouncy. Looks like Koo is going to be having a battle with Reed Crafter next. Reed Crafter did qualify ahead of these two just before this race, but it looks like Bouncy and Koo have the race pace advantage for now. Bouncy has cleared a gap here in front of Reed Crafter as well. No major incidents so far in this popper. I'm not sure if the hands are getting sweaty, if they're getting a bit of cramps or anything driving this popper. Everyone keeping it together so far. Second, third and fourth. We've got gaps forming between them now. Joe Baden was very close to Ezin earlier on in the race, and he'll have to start clawing his way back towards him if he wants to get a second position in this first race of the evening. Both Joe Baden, Ezin and David final form consistently in that top 3 and 4 scenario when they've done races here. Plague also being consistently up there as well. So it looks like Koo has fallen a little bit away from Reed Crafter there. But he's still got plenty of laps to catch up to him. We're on lap 23 of 36. So looking for the closest battle on the grid. Super Raptor having a very, very lonely race there. So is Cheesy Rider. David final form there. Ooh, the battle is hotting up for a second, third and fourth position. Joe Baden has caught back up to Ezin. Plague there in close company as well. So what is Ezin going to do to defend here? Just needs to keep it nice and tidy. Joe Baden having different entries into the corner to try and create some space for himself. But a little bit too far behind at the moment. If we're looking to turn one though, Joe Baden has a very tight line compared to Ezin. He does seem to catch up a lot into turn one. But maybe not that time. Maybe Ezin has learned what Joe Baden is doing. He's doing it for himself. But every corner, Joe Baden does seem to have a tighter line than Ezin. Still plenty of time to make a move. About 11 laps remaining for these two. Ezin goes a little bit wide. That's going to allow Joe Baden to get side by side as we approach the start and finish. Nearly side by side as we hit turn one, lap 25 of 36. Joe Baden into the braking zone, keeps it nice and tight. Touches the grass a little bit there, but Ezin will have the inside line as we switch it to the right. And then we're going to go through the long left-hander. Plague keeping it patient here. If anything happens, he'll be first to take the spoils. As I say that, he nearly gets onto the back there of Joe Baden, slows him down there, touching the barrier. So he's going to fall a little bit further behind. So just to recap some of the race, David final form qualified on first position, and he's running away. There he is over there. He's far ahead of everybody else, pacing himself, putting in those hot laps. And yeah, he is running away. But here is the battle for second, third and fourth. Ezin, Joe Baden and Plague. Do we have any battles further back? There is Bouncy. That is a back marker. Johnny Soccer. That is not a battle for position. Looks like Reed Crafter has pulled away from Koo. And we've got Super Raptor behind Koo as well. There is Cheesy Rider. Had a very lonely race. Hopefully he's enjoying himself though in the popper. The Cheesemobile. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. The Cheesemobile. I like it. I like it. Good to see. Good to see. David final form about to lap in. But we'll keep an eye on the battle for second and third. Ezin, Joe Baden, and Plague. As soon as the pace starts to rise for Ezin and Joe Baden, they do start to leave Plague alone. And it is starting just to become a two-car battle between Ezin and Joe Baden. Joe Baden, the laps are starting to dwindle for him to make an opportunity for himself here to get second place. There's also the risk of him falling down into fourth position if something happens between him and Ezin. Ooh, he's going to be very tight there on the left-hander, but Ezin's going to have the inside as we go to the long sweeping right. Joe Baden will have a little look tap there on the back. Ezin holds on to the position for now. We're seeing a defensive masterclass here from Ezin. He is not crippling there under pressure. He's holding on to it. We all know how fast Joe Baden can be. But he is doing all right at the moment. But as I say that, Ezin goes very wide. I don't want to do the case of the commentator on him, but he still holds on to that position. Looks like consistently Joe Baden is a lot better into that turn one though. Keeps it very nice and tight. But this is definitely not the way to enter this corner. He nearly sacrificed himself there to Plague. But he manages to hold on to that third position. Ezin goes wide yet again. It's on the last turn and turn one. Ezin goes a lot wider than Joe Baden. It doesn't really create much of an opportunity for Joe Baden to overtake because Ezin has more speed on the start-finish because of that wider entry into the final turn. Maybe that is a plan. I am not sure. But it's definitely working out for him so far. We're on lap 30 of 36. David final form is so far ahead of these guys. There he is. There is your leader, David final form. This is the biggest gap we're seeing so far in any of our races at Revline between first and second place. Be interesting to see if Joe Baden does the second and third races, and also if David final form does it, if there'll be any different results there. But we shall see when that time comes. Second, third and fourth. So close together on the track. I'll just quickly see if there's any other battles as we go through. There's Bouncy. After getting a good overtake on Reedcrafter, he fell further back. And Koo has fallen further back from Reedcrafter as well. There is Super Raptor, David final form. That's the next person he's going to lap. So lap 32-36 are in the closing stages of our first race of the evening. David final form in first position, Ez in second, Joe Baden in third. Then we've got Plague in fourth, Bouncy in fifth, Reedcrafter sixth, Koo in seventh, Super Raptor in eighth. So not long to go here. Is there going to be an opportunity for Joe Baden to get the second place here? Ezin goes very, very wide there, but that will give him a lot more top speed as we go down to the start and finish. These guys are entering lap 34 of 36. Ezin got a little bit of a gap there, similar gap between second, third and fourth place. Ezin just kept it so tidy so far. It would be a shame if he lost that second position now after defending for much of the race to Joe Baden. He'll be under pressure right now. I had some decent races with these two, well, Ezin especially before the in the practice. So it's good to see he's having a good race here at the moment. In second position. But David final form, definitely the man to beat on this track this evening so far. Will there be any more racers joining in to put up a challenge to him? We'll find out soon. Cheesy Rider is going to allow the leaders to overtake. Nicely done there, sir. Thank you very much. David final form. There he's there. He's about to enter the last lap of the race. Mr. Consistent so far this evening. He's just got one more lap to go. He's got Super Raptor to lap next. But here's the battle that we want to see. Looks like Ezin and Joe Bairden have cleared Plague, who's currently running in 4th. Is Joe Bairden going to try a last-ditch maneuver here to try and get 2nd position? Ezin just keeping it so consistent there. He's not really made a mistake. He's not hit any barriers. Joe Bairden has got an opportunity here, though, but they both hit the tyres very narrow, both of them there, into the final set of corners. But it looks like that's all she wrote for 2nd position, and Ezin keeps 2nd place. David Final Form is your winner. Joe Bairden in 3rd, Plague in 4th. And then it'll be Bouncy. I think he'll be in 5th position. And we've got Reedcraft. It looks like he'll finish in 6th. Looks like Koo will be 7th. Super Raptor will be your top 8. Good racing there from the 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Also Bouncy getting some good overtakes. He climbed up from near the back of the grid into 5th position. Very good race from him there. Can you keep up with them fast on, Zad? Yeah, I did alright in practice. I mean, I've only practiced this track for like 5 races earlier on before we started the stream, and yeah, I was on similar pace. Similar pace, but yeah. We're alright. The old man still got it, noob. The old man still got it. So good win there for David, Final Form. Ezin in 2nd place. Joe Bairden, that is your top 3 for the first race this evening. Did that save? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Right, so I'm going to make the server into a practice server. So we've got about 25 minutes until the qualification for the 2nd race this evening. I'll just do that now. So if anyone wants to get some practice in and wants to join in the 2nd race, you are more than welcome to do so now. The server is now in practice mode. Yeah, we see Noob Schools doing this one. Nice, nice, nice. Ellis One Baird, I see he's in the voice chat. Good to see, good to see. He's looking like he's going to be doing this next one. He might have been eyeing up the races here in the first race, seeing what kind of times he needs to do, what kind of race pace he needs. So we've got a decent grid ahead, I believe. Good racing there from David Final Form, getting the first win of the evening. Just going to post the results for that race in the Discord. Ezin is doing one more. David Final Form had the fastest lap in that race, a 37.703. So yeah, if anyone wants to get some practice in, you're more than welcome to jump in. There's in running one more. Got 2nd position for himself so far this evening. Johnny Soccer has left. If that is your last race, Johnny, then good to see you, mate. Good to see you getting a race in. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, Bouncy, he is he's definitely improving. It's I've definitely noticed that he's improving race on race, and he's got himself a 5th position there in a very good grid. Koo, a veteran from Wreckfest 1, had many races with that guy, and Bouncy managing to beat him. That is a good look there after struggling maybe a little bit in the first race in Revline. Yeah, he's definitely improving and picking up that pace. Get a couple of good overtakes. Good to see. Oh, we're waiting on me. Damn. Sorry, guys. Yeah, if anyone wants to jump in for practice, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll ride on board with Ezin for this practice session so you can see what the racing lines look like. So yeah, we're doing these Revline ranked races every Monday and Tuesday evening. All the times and the track and car combos get posted in the Revline Discord. So if you want to do any of these races in the future, please join that Discord and you can join in all this racing. All you have to do to take part is join the voice chat, because we have a start procedure and everything where you have to listen to a sound. But most of all, just make sure you enjoy yourself. You just have to keep it as clean as you can. We don't take things too seriously, just try and race as clean as you can. We like it where people try and learn how to race clean. So just do your best. Allow the leaders to overtake if they approach you, and yeah, most of all, just enjoy yourself. So just explaining the ELO ranking system, everyone started off with 1,500 points. If anyone is familiar with iRacing, it's a similar type of system to that. So until we have about 10 races under our belt here in Revline in Wreckfest 2, the score system won't really take shape, because the people all started on the same. So there'll be some winners and some losers, people getting some gains, some losses, and then after a few races it'll start to take shape. So every race you enter, you put your ELO rating on the line against everyone else on the grid that you are on. And depending on who you beat and who beats you, you will have a new rating at the end of every race. All the rankings get posted in the Discord after all the racing is completed every evening. And also our Revline main events get counted towards that as well. Johnny Soccer has returned. Right on board with Bouncy, we see what kind of times he's doing. He's got 38.175, so he's getting close to those 37s. We're starting to see a story emerge with Bouncy here. He is becoming a fast Donny, it seems, and it's good to see. I've had a couple of conversations with this guy about what his aims are in Wreckfest 2. He said he'd like to start to consistently be in the top 5 in races, and he has just got one for himself right there. So I hope he feels like he has achieved something in that previous race. Got Noob School here with the Bud Light livery there. He just made that yesterday, I believe. I'm liking this skin from Koo. Simple and clean, but it looks nice. Got the moon and the stars there. Got the Cheesemobile. Got the Hermes there. Got some Hermes representation in this next race. It ain't easy being cheesy. Look at that bouncy, a 38.070. He's keeping an eye maybe on what Ezin is doing ahead of him. Very good marker for him there. We'll have one more practice session after this one, and then we'll go into qualifying for the second race of the evening. .858 so far for Ezin. I'm not sure if that's a strat there, but he's doing a lot of short shifting. I don't know if that's something to keep an eye on, or maybe that's just a glitch with the spectate mode. A short shifting Donny. So we are going to be seeing Ellis Swan Baird in this next race, in his first race in Revline in Wreckfest 2. He got himself a second place yesterday after a good race with David Final Form. David Final Form ultimately getting the win there after a hard-fought battle. So it'll be interesting to see what Baird can do this evening. Turning him into a clean racer. Good to see Super Raptor again as well, doing some races here. Since when is Raptor Italian? It's the pizza mobile. You can't see it, but it's meant to be like a pizza car. Like a pizza delivery car. I like it, I like it. Yeah, it's definitely not Italian. I don't think. Have a few cars with the same colours. Nice, nice. So Johnny Soccer is in, Ellis Swan Baird is in. We've got one more practice. Yeah, good win for you there, David. Final Form. You're doing the second one as well. Good to see, good to see. You have set the marker for everyone else to try and beat this evening. Really good pace out there in the first race. We'll see what happens in this next one. I'm not sure who is going to return. Just going to pause the server and wait for Ezin to return. He said he's just going to do a setup change. Nice to see Koo as well, getting some races in. Yeah, ever since I saw the Popper and did a few races in the Puppets there, I wanted to see what it'd be like to do some clean racing with everyone driving the same thing. GG's Cheesy, good to see you, mate. No worries, pal. Thank you for joining me. Is Bouncy going to return for this practice, or is he sitting this practice session out? If he is, if Bouncy's doing this next practice session, just pause the server coup if you can hear me. I'm not sure if Bouncy is going to return. We might be getting a quick break in. We'll just ready up. We'll see what kind of pace Ellis Swan Baird has got. Seen this car a few times. Nice skin that is made there. The 8-ball. So we've got Plague back for the next race as well, it seems. David Final Form, Ezin, Koo, Ellis Swan Baird, Super Raptor. Then we've got Johnny Soccer. Looks like he's got a skin for this one. Number 99. Yellow, red and blue. Nice. So the kind of times that we'll be looking for in qualifying are 37.7s. I am aware that 37.6s have been done in practice sessions that I have not witnessed. Yeah, the quickest time this evening I've seen is a 37.7. How's it going, Aaron Tedham? Good to see you, good to see you. So we've got one more practice session before we head into the next race this evening. So it looks like to beat David final form this evening, you'll have to get very good qualifying position. Have to focus on getting a good time there, because it looks like he's got blistering race pace. It is quite difficult to overtake on this track, as we saw, but not impossible. We saw a couple of good overtakes from Bouncy. So qualifying all so important. We'll see what Ellis1 Baird is doing. We'll ride on board with him. .38.645 so far. But he's now got some clear air ahead of him. He's got 38.401. Improves to a 38.396. I'm not sure how much practice Baird has put on this track, but he's definitely picking up some pace. Koo here with a 38.310. .879 there from Plague. So yeah, after this practice session is finished, there'll be no more practice sessions before the second qualification session of the evening. We will start on 5 past the hour. So we've got 2 more races to do. Decent grid forming already for this next one. As you can see here, qualifying is going to be so important. Plague. Looks like David final form does have the pace advantage over Plague, but he's struggling to find an overtaking opportunity here in this practice session. So the qualifying, very important indeed. I'm just going to ride on board with David final form. I'm just going to quickly look at some mic settings to see if I can sort that out in the Discord. I'll be right back. Think I sorted it. It's like Koo and Ellis1 Baird are at a similar pace here. Maybe they'll qualify close together on the grid. I'm not sure what happened to David final form there, but he is at the side of the track. So Plague will win the practice session race. At 5 past the hour, we'll get straight into qualifying. I'll get in the voice chat with the guys and discuss what we're going to do. I'll split them into 2 groups. And then they've got 2 chances to get a good qualifying time. So yeah, a very big pressure scenario in qualifying. Might have a good race between Noob School and Johnny Soccer as well. Alright, I will set the server up for qualifying. We've got 5 minutes until we get into qualification. So if anyone is looking to join this race, you have 4 minutes now to do so. I'll be right back, guys. Just having a quick toilet break. All right, I'm back. We've got 3 minutes until the qualification session. So we've got Koo so far, Ellis One Baird, Noob School, Super Raptor, David Final Form, Johnny Soccer, Plague, Ezin, and Reed Crafter in this next race. So 3 minutes for, well, 2 minutes now for any more guys to join in if they wish to do so. Make sure you join the voice chat if you are in the next one. We've got one more race after this. The race that we've got after this has got the most sign-ups so far. So far I've got 11 sign-ups for that one. So hopefully we see some of those faces later on. Looks like we'll have a decent size grid for that one. Right, I'm just going to jump in the voice chat with the guys. I'll explain the qualification procedure and then I'll be right back with you. How's it going, fellas? Everyone at this point has done the qualifying session, right? So everyone knows what the deal is. Yeah, right. I'll split you into groups. We've got Koo, Noob School, David, Plague, and Reed. You are in the first group. The rest of you are in the second group. Same deal. 2 flying laps. When you hit the 4th lap, DNF safely off track. Not where Joe Burden did, ideally, if you can. Yeah. I don't like you. Right, so yeah, we'll go at 5 past. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you before the race. Alrighty, so when we get to 5 past the hour, we'll get qualification underway for the second race of the evening. So we've got Koo, Baird, Noob School, Super Raptor, David Final Form, Johnny Soccer, Plague, Ezin, and Reed Crafter in this next one. Right, we go. So the first group will start getting their qualification on the way, and the second group will wait safely off track. There we go. So in this first group, we've got Play, we've got Reed Crafter, we've got Noob School, we've got Koo, we've got David Final Form. And we've got Baird here in the second group, Super Raptor, Johnny Soccer, and Ezin. So will David Final Form get 2 podium positions in a row? Koo clearing those tyres there in preparation for his first flying lap. Good idea for him to follow David Final Form. Maybe you can learn what he is doing on this track. Maybe replicate some of the times that he is doing. So we'll ride on board with David Final Form to see what kind of time he gets for this one. He will get a 37.680. That is the quickest time I have seen so far this evening. A 37.680. That is the time to beat for all these guys. Noob School of 39.1. Plague has got 38.260. Koo has got 38.318. I've got to ban someone in the Twitch chat. 1 minute. How do I do it? There we go. Alright, the second group are going to get on the way. So in the second group, we've got Ezin, we've got Super Raptor, we've got Ellis Wambird, and we've got Johnny Socko. So 37.680 from David Final Form. That's the fastest time I've seen in practice or qualifying. And he managed to do it in the time that it matters here in the second race of the evening. Can Ezin beat his time? Can Elias Wambird beat his time? Maybe we'll get a Super Raptor on pole position. Anything is possible in these qualifying sessions. Definitely Ezin does have the potential to get on pole position. I've seen him do a 37.7. Maybe he can pull the best lap time he's done so far in this qualifying session. I'm sorry, Noob, I'm sorry. I've got them set to the least amount of ads as possible. But yeah, I think you get maybe one every hour. So Ezin gets a 37.934. Good first time for him so far. Let's see what Ellis Wambird has got. A 38.250. He's got Johnny Soccer. He's got Super Raptor not too far ahead of him. Hopefully, it won't slow down his lap time. We go through the final 10. This is the last lap that all these guys are doing. So can Ellis Wambird improve his time? We shall see in a few seconds. No, he does not. He stays with a 38.250. New says he'll get 36s. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Noosa's signed up for the last race, Noob. Bird needs to DNF. That is your last flying lap. There we go. Looks like David Final Form is on pole position. I'm just going to organise these times. And then I'll call out the grid in a few minutes. Right, so the grid for the second race this evening will be David final form on pole position, Ezin in second, Plague in third, Ellis Wambird in fourth, Koo in fifth, Reed Crafter in sixth, Super Raptor in seventh, Noob School in eighth, and Johnny Soccer in ninth position. I'm just going to jump in the voice chat with the guys, explain the race procedure quickly with them, and then we'll crack on with the next race of the evening. How's it going, guys? Right, so race procedure. Do one lap, get to the front of the grid. It'll be David final form on pole. He will line up on the left-hand side, and Ezin will be alongside him. Then it'll be Plague, Ellis Wambird, Koo, Reed, Super Raptor, Noob School, and Johnny Soccer. When you are lined up on the grid, I'll ask if you're all ready. Then I'll do one horn to get into gear, then one horn to go. I'll just do it once just so you can hear it. All good? Nice, nice. Right, so good luck, guys. So yeah, I'll call you out one by one. It'll be 36 laps. Good luck. Yeah, blue flag rules. So yeah, make sure you make everyone aware if you're lapping. Oh, we good. Alrighty. Right, so we've got David, Ezin, Plague, Baird, Koo, Reed, Super Raptor, Noob, Johnny Soccer. You can go forward a little bit, Noob. That'll do, that'll do. Alright, Johnny Soccer a little bit. Oh, too much. Back a bit. That'll do, that'll do. Right, is everybody ready? Ooh, what happened to Ezin on the line? He is not getting off the line. What is up? Oh, he's crashed on the line. That is not good for Ezin. And as the race had already started, we cannot start it again. Ezin out of this one. I'm not sure what happened with him there. David final form in first. Got Plague in second. We've got Koo in third. Reed Crafter in fourth. Ellis Wambird behind him. Then we've got Super Raptor, Johnny Soccer, and Noob School at the back of the grid. So David final form in first place. Plague in second place. So yeah, that was unfortunate there for Ezin. Shall we start it again? I think because it was the start, I think we'll start that again. As it was on the line, I'm going to allow it. Technically, if it's before the race start, I'll let the race restart. But because it was on the line, I'm going to allow it. I don't want to punish him for that. Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad. Yeah. All right. So I think the guys. Yeah, as it was on the racing line, it was technically before the race started, so I'll allow a restart. But yeah, if the race had fully, yeah. All right. Does everyone remember the order, or do you want me to read out again? All right. Alrighty. Right. We'll get the race straight started then. Yeah, if it happens during the race, unfortunately, we'll have to go on. Right, so we've got David, Ezin, Plague, Baird, Koo, Reed, Super Raptor, Noob, Johnny Soccer. A little bit further back, please, Koo. Tiny bit. That'll do, that'll do. A bit further back, Super Raptor. A little bit further forward. A little bit more. That'll do, that'll do. Right, we are good. Is everybody ready? So after a full start for that first race, we're going to get this second race underway. Looks like Ezin did get a clean start off the grid at that time. David final form in first place. We've got Plague in second. We've got Koo in third place. Ezin in fourth. Ellis One Baird in fifth. Reedcrafter sixth. Super Raptor in seventh place. And we've got Johnny Soccer and New School at the back of the grid. Ooh, I'm not sure what happened with Koo there. We've got a 3 wide with Koo, Reedcrafter and Ellis One Baird. Ellis One Baird on the right, Reedcrafter on the left. Looks like Reedcrafter is going to get a good line out of the final turn, but Ellis One Baird looks like he's got more top speed. What is he going to do into turn one? Is he going to clear him before he gets there? Looks like Reedcrafter is going to go a little bit wide there into turn one. That's going to allow Ellis One Baird to get side by side with him, and he will get into fourth place. But a gap has already formed between the top 3 and then 4, 5 and 6 of Ellis One Baird, Reedcrafter and Koo. So we've got David final form first, Plague second, Ez in third, Baird in fourth, Reedcrafter fifth, Koo in sixth, Super Raptor in seventh, Noob School in eighth, and Johnny Soccer in ninth place. Looks like everybody has got a race here. Oh, thanks for that comment. Yeah, I've just seen that, mate. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll remember that for the future. Good to see you there, Nicholas. How's it going, mate? After doing 3 laps of driving the popper for the very first time, it can be established that this is going to be rough. As long as you enjoy yourself, mate. We've got Noob School out here driving, so he's enjoying himself. There's a race to be had throughout the grid. David final form, looking for 2 wins in a row this evening. Looks like he's definitely got the pace advantage at the moment over Plague in second place. So there is first, second, third in the picture there. David final form, Plague and Ezin, that is your top 3. Then Ellis One Baird up into fourth, Reedcrafter in fifth, Koo in sixth, and Super Raptor, that is your top 7 there. Top 8, sorry. Ooh, Reedcrafter goes very wide into turn 1. So Koo is going to be alongside. That's going to complete that overtake there and jump himself into 5th place. Joe Bairden did the first one, Mooner. He got a 3rd position. He had a good battle with Ezin. Ultimately couldn't find a way to overtake him. Yeah, he got 3rd in the first race. He might be back for the last one, I'm not sure. Yeah, David final form got the first win of the evening, and he is looking good for the 2nd win of the evening so far. He's got very good pace there. We saw him do a 37.680 in the popper in qualifying. Yeah, man. Yeah, we've seen the Joe Bairden. I don't know if we'll see him again before the night is up. Yeah, it was good to have him for the first race, definitely. That's right, so gaps already formed in this one. We've got a clear top three here of David Final Form, Plague and Ezin. Got Ellis Van Baird in 4th place with some clear air ahead of him. Then we've got Koo in 5th, Reedcrafter in 6th, Super Raptor in 7th place. He told me earlier that he played on the wheel. I had no idea. Yeah, we've got another wheelie boy there of Super Raptor. Noob School ahead of Johnny Soccer there. Looks like Noob School, after watching him doing some practice yesterday on the wheel, it looks like he has definitely figured something out here. He's keeping it nice and tidy in the Bud Light Popper there. Good to see some of the Wreckfest 1 boys starting to get into Wreckfest 2. It's definitely made for clean racing. Right, have we got a battle up ahead? Yes, we've got Plague and Ezin, the battle for 2nd and 3rd. We all know that these Donnies are very quick indeed. Ezin got 2nd place in the first race of the evening. He's looking for another one in this race. Looks like David Final Form is escaping just up ahead there. So this is 2nd and 3rd in your picture. Can these two start battling? Will these two start battling, and will that allow Ellis Van Baird to start to get involved? Looks like the gap is pretty big already though between 3rd and 4th place. How's it going, the Digital Mafia? Good to see you. I said your name right that time. So we've got gaps formed all the way through. It looks like the last race of the evening has a lot more sign-ups, so we might have a fuller grid and more battles through that one. But we do have this 2nd and 3rd battle between... Thank you for the follow there, Digital Mafia. Appreciate it, appreciate it. So here is 2nd and 3rd, Plague and Ezin. Ezin looking for an opening, but Plague's car was in the way. So we'll have to figure something out here as we get towards turn 1. We're on that 10 of 36. David Final Form, after a good getaway, is in 1st place. We had a false start at the beginning of this one as Ezin's game, I believe, crashed while he was on the line. So we restarted that one as it was technically before the race had begun. We don't want to punish people for things like that, but yeah, if that does happen during a race, then unfortunately it'll be classed as a DNF. Yeah, there's David Final Form in 1st position. He's got about a 5-6 second gap there over Plague in 2nd. We've got Ezin in 3rd, and there is Ellis Van Baird in 4th, Koo in 5th, Reedcrafter in 6th. Similar place between these 3 guys as well. They're not close enough for a battle to commence. And then a gap before we get to... Oh, a good battle here between Noob School and Super Raptor. Both of them are on the wheel this evening. So we've got a wheel race between Noob School and Super Raptor. Super Raptor was ahead of Noob School, but he's fallen a bit further behind. I'm not sure what happened to him there. Yeah, it's... We've converted Ellis Van Baird into a clean racer, and it seems like we're starting to convert Noob School into a clean racer too. He's actually interested in the ELO system and racing on the wheel in this game. It's good to see. Looks like he's having a good race out there with Super Raptor. Johnny Soccer already nearly getting lapped by David Final Form. Looks like Plague has got a big enough gap to Ezin there, who's in 3rd place. And we've got Ellis Van Baird in 4th, Koo in 5th, Reedcrafter in 6th. Good racing throughout the grid. So the closest 2 battles at the moment are the battle for 2nd and 3rd, Plague and Ezin. And then we've got the Super Raptor Noob School battle. Looks like Super Raptor got back ahead there of Noob School. But plenty of racing to be done in this one. There is Johnny Soccer, David Final Form. Plague very consistent at the moment. Ezin has not found an opportunity to overtake as of yet. So there is 2nd and 3rd in the picture, Plague and Ezin. Very nice and tidy into turn 1. Ezin went for a slightly earlier braking zone there. Got a little bit closer to Plague. Ooh, he touches him. He has to back out of that one. And Plague will get away there in second place. As in, very kind there to Plague. I think he knew that a spin was about to occur, and he backed out more than I've ever seen anyone back out in a clean race. A lot of respect, it seems, between these two fine racers. But all that has allowed Plague to build a gap over Ezin. Baird not really close enough to capitalise on the situation. So there is second, third. Plague, Ezin, then Ellis1 Baird fourth, Koo in fifth, and we've got Reed Crafter in sixth. We're on lap 15 of 36 of the second race of the evening. Our Revline ranked races are well underway. We did 4 yesterday. We did the switchback on European Rallycross. Had some really good racing on that track. Had some familiar faces and some new faces joining in. And we are getting the same this evening. We've got one more race after this one. And then the new rankings will be posted in the Discord. Johnny Soccer is a lap behind, so he just needs to allow the leaders to overtake. Yes, he does. Yeah, Ezin got a lot of work to do now to catch back up to Plague after that incident earlier on. Johnny Soccer hopefully is aware, there he is, that Ezin was next to him. The gaps have definitely formed, not really a close battle on the grid right now. We'll ride on board for a lap with David Final Form, our current leader. A 37.667 from David Final Form in this race so far. Quickest lap I've seen so far this evening. Ooh, we go so close to that barrier. Right, so a full lap on board with David Final Form. Keeps it nice and steady through these tight corners. So there is a lap on board with David Final Form. Looks like Baird has improved his lap time so far. He's on a 38.078. It's one of the fastest times I've seen from him this evening. Ezin not really getting any closer to Plague. Looks like David Final Form has not built as much of a lead so far as he did in that first race. But there was a big battle with Ezin and Joe Bairden. But still a big enough gap just to set his own pace. Doesn't need to take too many risks. There is Ellis1 Baird about to lap Johnny Soccer. Ellis1 Baird currently running in 4th position. We've got Koo in 5th. Got Reed Crafter in 6th. Got Supratsu and Noob School still having a battle on track. Both on the wheel. Let's ride on board with Noob School, see what it's like from the point of view of a wheelie boy. This is what we're seeing right now from Noob School. He's got Super Raptor in his sights. Ooh, very nice and tidy there from Noob. He's got a 38.959. I think he was chasing a 38. I think that might be his first one he's got in this race. Good to see, good to see. So there is a lap with Noob School. He goes very wide there onto the last turn. Everything's all right though. He's not lost any positions. So still a similar gap between Plague and Ezin. I know Plague is very good once he's got clear air ahead of him, and it looks like he's putting in decent laps here to hold off Ezin there in 3rd place. Ellis1 Baird in 4th position. Bit too far behind. Maybe he will do the next race and can get more involved in that top 3 battle. We'll find out later on. Reedcrafter in 6th place at the moment. Yeah, it's good practice for these guys. We're going to have more regular mini enduros and competitive racing here at Revline. So when it gets to the main events, a lot of these guys will already have a lot of competitive racing under their belts. Exciting times ahead. Got a lot of close racing throughout the field. David, final form. Definitely showing that he is a contender when it comes to future main events. He had a very respectable, I believe, 5th position in our first one. And in these sanctioned races, the ranked races we've had these last 2 days, he's had consistent podiums. He's had 3 wins so far, and he's looking for his 4th here right now. There's Plague there, 2nd place. Ezin in 3rd. Ellis1 Baird in 4th. Koo in 5th. Got Reedcrafter in 6th. Johnny Soccer a lap behind. Got some lapped traffic here for Plague to navigate. Noob School. Hopefully he'll be aware that Plague is there. Yes, he is. He'll allow him to overtake. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good to see, good to see. Very respectful there from Noob. So there is our leader, David, final form. After a good start off the grid once again, he's set the pace. The fastest time so far this evening, a 37.6 I've seen from him. Looking very, very good for another win so far. Plague looking good for a podium place as well. In 2nd place, also Ezin in 3rd. Ellis1 Baird in 4th position. The gap between 4th and 3rd has stayed pretty similar, so it looks like Baird has found some pace here. But once these guys get too far ahead, it is hard to catch up. Is there a close battle to be found on this grid? Not one that I can see so far. Not one I can see so far. I think we'll ride on board with Koo. See how he's doing. Let's check on Koo, shall we? Good to see Koo back doing Wreckfest 2 events here at Revline. He did so many in Wreckfest 1. Always a contender for the upper pack. Had many top 5s. Always in the better half of the mid-pack scenario. He's been a part of the Donny Revers in the builder team. He's got a lot of clean racing under his belt, and not too shabby a dirty racer either. Definitely got a lot of experience in both games. Good to see him racing again this evening. Huge gaps. There's David, final form in 1st place. There's Plague in 2nd. Ezin falling behind Plague now. It looks like Plague has definitely found some pace. I'd like to ride on board with Plague, actually, to see what kind of lap times he is doing. He's got a 37.816 has Plague. Hopefully Super Raptor is aware that there is someone up ahead of him. There we go. Down into 2nd there for Plague. Keeping it very nice and tidy. I love the skin as well. Lovely skin there. Number 94 there of Trying a Plague. So we are heading towards the closing stages of the 2nd race this evening. There's a ride on board with Plague there in 2nd place. David, final form looking very good for his 2nd win The man from Germany, the Equals Band representative there. David final form, Equals Band in the top 3 at the moment. David final form, Plague and Ezin. And we've got Ellis Wambird there in 4th place. Had a very pretty lonely race after a battle earlier on with Koo and Reed. Yeah, not really any battles forming the first race. Had a lot of action. We had some good overtakes from Bouncy. We had the battle with Joe Baden and Ezin, but not really too many battles in this one. There was the short battle with Plague and Ezin. Ezin got slightly into the back of Plague, and he backed out of that one. Maybe a little too much. It definitely put him a bit too far back of Plague, as we can see the gap between 2nd and 3rd at the moment. So we'll ride on board with David final form so we can see what lap we are on. We're on lap 32 of 36 for David final form. Not an error in sight there for that man right there, as he chases his, is it his 5th? No, his 4th win here in Revline ranked races. He'll move up ahead of Joe Baden in all likelihood in the ranking table, as he did finish ahead of him in that last race, and also he's got a good result here. Joe Baden not partaking in this one. Noob School is a lap behind from Reed, so that's not really a battle at the moment. Ellis Wambird, he got a 2nd place in his first race in Revline ranked races, and a 4th place here is a good result as well. Good consistency there from the convert from dirty racing into clean racing. Yeah, the popper liked by some and not liked by others. I'm not sure if Baird is a big fan of the car, but we'll see what he says. I'll probably speak to him after the races are finished. Yeah, no battles to be seen. David final form on the 34th lap of the race. So just 2 laps remaining of this one. Well, just over 2 laps. As in with consistent podiums so far in our races. Looking to collect another one for himself here. Good race from Plague. Yeah, had a good battle there with Ezin. And now he's got a 2nd place in all likelihood for himself in this one. He's always been up there towards the higher end of the field. And he's put a good show on here, beating Ezin. We've seen how quick Ezin has been these last couple of days. Plague showing us that he's a very consistent performer in his own right. And we are on the last lap of the race. We'll follow David final form as he goes through the last few corners. He'll sweep it right there. He'll cut it nice and close here through the final 2-3 turns. And we'll get to the start and finish. And David final form will get another win here in Revline ranked races. Nice and done there from David final form. Trying to Plague will get 2nd place. Ezin will get 3rd. And Ellis Wambird will get 4th position. Super Raptor is a lap behind. Koo will claim a 5th position for himself. And we'll get Reed Crafter in the top 6. Noob School is also a lap behind. Good racing. We had some gaps forming that one, so not much action. But definitely some good pace and consistency was on show in that one. Some good battles earlier on, Ezin and Trying to Plague. Yeah, good win there from David. Final form. I just got the game last week. I've not tried much. It's a very good game, Digital Mafia. It's a very good game. Yeah, it's if you ever want to get into clean racing, you're more than welcome to join us in the future. Yeah, good win there from David. Final form. Nice win there, sir. Trying to play in second. And Ezin is your top 3. The server will go back into practice mode. The next race will start in just under 25 minutes. I'll just change it to 10 laps. GG's, Ezin. Good racing for you, sir. Couple of podiums for you. And Ezin will leave us for the rest of the evening. But we've got one more race for us to enjoy. We've got some new faces who are likely to join us as well. Right, I'm just going to post this result in the Discord. So yeah, for anyone who wants to practice for the last race this evening, you are more than welcome to join the server. Thanks for hosting, ads. Was fun, even with as long as you enjoyed yourself, mate. That is the main thing. If you say as, it bleeps it out. Common will enter the server. Good to see, good to see. He got a race in yesterday. Yeah, no worries, Koo. Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you also to Reed. Thanks for racing, dude. Fingers won't let me do the last one. Yeah, no worries, pal. Good to see you doing some more racing again. Appreciate you joining in. So the preparations for the final race of the evening will commence. Qualification for this next one will start in about 20 minutes. So these guys are going to get some practice in. So we've got Moona joining, we've got Common joining, we've got Free News joining. This one bed sticking around. Maybe David Final Form will come back later on. Noob School sticking around for this one as well. Yeah, Moona had a very good battle with F-Bomb, who joined us for some clean racing action yesterday. That was a good battle that lasted more or less the full race. Moon and Common, just as I leave. Oh, you tempted to join back? He attempted. Is there a chat command for the playlist running? But the ELO. Everyone keeping their ELO in mind. I've also tracking a power ranking read. So I'm tracking ELO scores, so I'm also doing a power ranking as well, which I'm putting together. So there's two types of leaderboards that'll be together. They'll look slightly different in as far as the order's concerned. But the power ranking, it'll kind of help those people that can't partake in as many races. So if you just do one race and beat a decent amount of races, then you'll have a decent power ranking. Like IQ on the power ranking is currently in second place. He's only taken part in one race so far, but he did win that race against a very strong field. Yeah, I'm also keeping track of their races completed, wins, podiums, win percentage, and so on. The Spotify playlist, no, I've not got anything set up for that, like for people to recommend things. I'm a new streamer. My power ranker won't be that good for a long time. I think it'll be good for like everyone just to set themselves like targets. Like you can look at the drivers around you, and if you can nab a few positions ahead of you, then you'll start climbing up. Also in the future, once the rankings have started to take shape, we'll host some like specialized races for like different like ranking groups. So we can do like a under 1500 ranking race, where just people with under 1500 ELO can take part and race against each other. We can also do like an elite race or whatever. Yeah, that's all in the future. Just trying to finish on lead lapping. Well, there you go. You've got yourself a target. You've got yourself a target. As long as you set yourself some targets and you enjoy yourself, that is the main thing, mate. But yeah, a lot of these guys are putting a lot of hours in Wreckfest too, so yeah, don't try and compare yourself too much to them straight away. Yeah, as long as you enjoy it, and there's a lot, it seems like everyone is getting a decent race. Like, we've got some people with similar pace. No one's really getting left behind too much. Looks like this one Baird and Common have got similar pace. Just getting enough people to participate in the big group things is tough. Yeah. Yeah, I expect, I mean, I thought the turnouts would be even less, to be honest, for these races that we've done these 2 nights. I was actually surprised we got as many as we did. But yeah, for our main events, we'll likely always get full grids. Maybe we'll have to split them into 2 groups at some point. Yeah, for these evening races, the time zones are a bit dodgy for both the EU and the North Americans, because yeah, it's kind of in between. Yeah, if anyone ever wants to host some of their own ranked races, you're more than welcome to do so. All you have to do is have qualifying, have someone who can do the start procedure, and then someone who can post the race results to me so I can update the leaderboards. We'll provide the servers. Yeah, anyone can host these if they want to. Yeah, the moment the only nights I can do it are Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays we do the RNG, the dirty side of racing. Yeah, if you're not having fun, stop playing. That's what I always say. Do something else. Yeah, for anyone who is wanting to take part in this last race, you're more than welcome to join in. We start at 5 past the hour. If anyone is, if anyone wants to tag the people that have signed up that are not yet here, we can make them aware that the races are about to start in just over 15 minutes. Noob's racing against himself. R&D tomorrow. Hell yeah, looking forward to it. I need to update the sign-ups for that as well. I'll do that after this stream. Yeah, that's what I did, Noob, when I first started doing clean racing. You just... Thank you very much for the follow there, buddy. You're going to make Proving Grounds again? Probably not, because I don't want to... I know you guys do Proving Grounds now, so I don't want to kind of do something with the same name. But I might do something similar in the future. We'll probably have like lower like groups where like people with lower ELO can race against each other and kind of have some decent races with each other. Yeah, we're not doing anything with VIPs or anything. We're not really... Don't really think we're gonna do anything like that. Am I coming to yours? Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, well, I'll be doing RNG, and then after that, if I'm free, I should be able to come in. Get myself some racing in. Jay-Z, guesses he could hop in? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we've got one more practice session, guys. So I'll halt the server if anyone wants to get one more practice in before the final qualifying starts. We start qualifying at 5 past the hour. How's it going, Megamouth? Thank you for the follow, mate. How are you doing? But yeah, if I'm free read, after I've done RNG, I'll be cutting up the video. And if I've got enough time, I'll join in. I enjoyed it last week. Because some good racing, some good racing. But yeah, some of the guys in the voice chat, they seem like more than happy to share what kind of setups they are doing. So make sure you talk to those guys either in the server or in the voice chat. Get an idea of what setups they're running, and then sort out your parts, and then get racing. Moona, I did some practice earlier on. I got a 38.7, no, 37.7, and it was on half off full. I don't know if you're still there, Moona. Yeah, that's what I was running. Megamouth. Do you go by a different name in Wreckfest? I don't recognise the name. You're faster than I thought. Damn. I hope I proved myself. So I might do a practice actually. Shall we do one? So shall the old man get a racing? Let's see how prepared I actually am. I can't change my car. There we go. Half off full. Let's embarrass myself. Just Megamouth. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, the old man's gonna get some practice in. Let's see how this goes. I knew what you meant, Moon. I knew what you meant. Everyone refers to me as Dad. Wherever I go, they always call me Dad. Reed wants to race Moon. Good enough reason for you to join back in? So you'll ride on board with Dad's Robin, as he's going to cut some practice laps. See if I can replicate the time I did earlier. Got the pressure of the stream. Yeah, I got a 37.7 earlier. I've not got the 37.6 that David got. I only did a couple races there, 2 or 3 races. But yeah, I definitely will be partaking in some of these ranked races in the future. When someone else can take the reins and do the start procedure and stuff, I'll do some of these races myself and start building my own portfolio. My own ranked portfolio. Nice, Noob. Nice. Oh, went a little bit too wide there. Oh, what is going on with my... Oh, I've got high ping. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice. Hopefully the stream is not fucked up. I got pinged. Yeah, a few times on that start and finish, I was having like weird turning. Hopefully that won't happen during the race. Is the stream good? Stream's good. There we go. Well, there was my practice. 37.8. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So we've got 4 minutes. No more practice. So we've got 4 minutes until the qualifying starts for the next race. You've never driven this car. Quickly speak to the guys in the voice chat, Jay-Z, and see if you can get yourself a setup sorted out. I ran for that race there. I ran half off full. I'm using the medium brakes, the short gearbox. Can't remember what else I used. Right, so we've got 3 more minutes, and then I'll get in the voice chat with the guys, go through the qualifying procedure, and then we'll start the qualifying for the final race of the evening. So we've got Ellis One Bed, Moona, Common, Free Noose, Hoodlum, David Final Form, Jay-Z, Noob School, Trina Plague, and Reed Crafter. If anyone wants to get in before this race starts, you have 3 minutes to do so. Who has signed up? Who has not joined in for this one? Nodder. We're not seeing Nodder yet. Does anyone want to tag Nodder? See if he wants to quickly get in. We've got Nate Savate, Twisted 32. They've all signed up and are yet to join in. If anyone wants to tag them in the events chat or something, they have just over 2 minutes to join us. Good to see Hoodlum again join us for this one. Right, I'm going to quickly get in the voice chat with the guys now, go through the qualifying procedure. So Nodder, Twisted 32, and Nate, they've all signed up if you want to tag them. If they miss the qualifying, they can join in for the race. That's perfectly fine. But we will go at 5 past the hour. So Noose has tagged Nodder, so has Moona. Also Twisted 32. Right, I'm just going to get in the voice chat with the guys. So I see Nodder is typer. We'll see if he's going to make a late arrival. Stream lagging. Fuck. Is it really bad? Make sure everyone refresh your stream if you can, because I had a lag spike during that race. So, but it seems like my stream's running okay on my end. But yeah, make sure you refresh your stream. It should get back to normal. Let me know once you've refreshed it if it's still lagging. I think we're good. We're good on my end, I think. Yeah, it says we're doing all right on the stream, I think. I DC'd for a bit. Are we back now, big dog? Yeah, I definitely lagged out of that race for a while there. There was like about 3 laps I kept lagging out. Seems fine now. All right. Well, I'm going to jump in the voice chat with the racers, go through the qualifying procedure, and then we'll get crack-a-lacking. How's it going, guys? Right. So qualifying, I think you've all... JC's not done one yet, I don't think. Right, so we've got 4 laps of qualifying. You have 2 laps to complete a time. Once you enter the 4th lap, make sure you DNF somewhere safe off the track. The first group will be LS1 Baird, Common, Hoodlum, Jay-Z, and Plague. And the second group are the people who I did not mention. Second group, if you could just wait offline in a safe area until the first guys are finished, then you can get going. And also make sure you guys DNF as well off the track. Any questions? We all good? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Right, I'll come back when you guys have finished qualifying. Good luck. Hell. Right, so qualifying is about to get underway. First group will be LS1 Baird, Common, Hoodlum, Jay-Z, and Trying a Plague. Let's get going. Right, so we've got LS1 Baird. What happened to Noose? He just drove into a wall. Good start there, Noose. We're gaming right now, big dog. We gaming. I like what he's put at the top of his car there. Shitty car. Love it. You love to see it. Right, so everyone is spacing themselves out for the first qualifying group here. It's our final race of the evening. We've got LS1 Baird, we've got Hoodlum, we've got Common, and we've got Trying a Plague. Also Jay-Z and Free Noose in this one. So everyone's going around completing their first lap. We'll ride on board with LS1 Baird as he is at the front. See what kind of time he does. Baird got a 4th position in his last race out. We'll see if he can get anything better in this one. Got a decent outing, decent grid for this one as well. He gets a 38.289 for his first lap. Common gets a 38.201. What does Free Noose get? Noose gets a 39.199. Trying to play, he's got a 37.899 for his first lap. Is he going to improve that for his next lap? Bear in mind that David final form is yet to go. He got a 37.6 in the last qualifying session. And he does not improve. Jay-Z gets a 38.931. LS1 Baird, a 38.149. And the second group will start their qualifying. So we've got Reed, we've got Mooner, we've got David Final Form, and Noob School in our next group. We'll select David Final Form, see what kind type of times he gets for this one. So it looks like Trying to Plague has got the time to beat so far. A 37.8. Let's see if David Final Form can beat that. We know we can. Yeah, it's got that 37.6. He's about to start his first flying lap. We'll follow him as he goes around. What is this time going to be then? He's about to go across the line. He will get a 38.005. So it is Trying to Plague on pole so far. Can David Final Form clinch it on his final flying lap? Also got Mooner and Reedcrafter in this session as well. We'll see what kind of lap times they've all got at the end. I'll put them all together and announce the grid before I talk to the drivers and get the grid set up for the final race of the evening. So does David Final Form improve his time and clinch pole from Trying to Plague? Ooh, I actually don't know. I can't remember what 0.8 Trying to Plague got. We'll have to see at the end. I think he might have just clinched it. 37.847. I think he might have just got it. But we will find out soon enough. So need to wait for everyone to DNF. Need Noob School to DNF. Toilet break for David Final Form. I believe David Final Form did get pole. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm just going to sort out these times. I'll be back with you shortly. Right, so the grid for the final race of the evening will be David Final Form on pole position, Trying to Plague in second, LS1 Baird in third, Hoodlum in fourth, Common in fifth, Reedcrafter in sixth, Jay-Z in seventh, Mooner in eighth, Noob School in ninth, and Free Noose. That'll be your top 10. So I'm just going to sort out the laps and everything, and then I'll get into the voice chat, explain the grid scenario and what they have to do, and then we'll get on with the final race of the evening. How's it going, guys? Is David back? No. He's getting rid of some ballast. He's getting rid of some weight. Alrighty, right, so we've got David. He'll be on pole position. He'll do one lap. Make sure you follow in the order that I read out. He will line up on the left side of the grid. So it's David, then it's Plague, LS1 Baird, Hoodlum, Common, Reed, Jay-Z, Moona, Noob School, and Noose. So yeah, make sure you line up on the grid. I'll ask you all if you're ready once you've lined up. And then you'll hear one buzzer to get ready, and then one buzzer will be go. I'll play it once just to see if you can hear it. We all good? Alrighty. Any questions? Yes. Yes. All right. Good luck, guys. I'll call out the grid. Yeah. Good luck. Right, so we've got David, Plague, Baird, Hoodlum, Common, Reed, Jay-Z, Moona, Noob School, and Noose. Not racing yet, big dog. Jay-Z, you can move forward a little bit. Nice, nice. Moon a little bit. Nice. Move forward a little bit, Noose. Right, we're good. Right, everyone ready? Alright, so good start again from David, final form. He was currently in third place. Not such a good start from LS1 Baird, who's already fallen behind Hoodlum into fourth position. So we've got David, final form, trying to Plague. Then we've got Hoodlum in third, Common in fourth place, LS1 Baird in fifth, Reed Crafter in sixth, Jay-Z seventh, Moona in eighth, Noob School in ninth, and Free Noose. That is our drivers for this final race of the evening. We're racing the Popper on Fincross main circuit reverse. We've got LS1 Baird having a side-by-side with Reed Crafter as we go through the start and finish. Looks like he's still ahead for now. LS1 Baird did start third on the grid. He's dropped all the way down into fifth position. He's got Common and Hoodlum ahead of him. So recovery drive maybe ahead for him, but he's still got Reed Crafter to deal with. They're going to go side-by-side as they've just gone through the left-hand turn. He's going to sweep it right. LS1 Baird will place his car ahead of Reed Crafter and he will stay in that fifth position for now. We've got Hoodlum and Common side by side. Hoodlum having a good start off the grid, jumping from fourth place into third. He's going to go a little bit wide there on the start and finish, and Common will jump into third position. Meanwhile, David, final form, and Trying to Plague have already built a gap over the rest of the field. David, final form with nearly a second on Trying to Plague. Then we've got this battle for third between Common, Hoodlum, LS1 Baird. Then we've got Reed Crafter, Jay-Z, Moona, then Noob School and Free Noose. Everyone has got a battle on this grid, it seems, which is good to see. These guys are gaming. Got Moona, Jay-Z, Reed Crafter. So we've got a battle hotting up for, it seems, third spot. Common, Hoodlum and LS1 Baird all in the picture here. If these three start battling though, it looks like second and third will start to move out of sight. Reedcrafter looking to join this battle for third position as well. But at the moment it is Common, Hoodlum and Ellis1 Baird. Podium spot up for grabs for whoever wants it the most. David Final Form looking for a hat-trick of wins this evening. Looks like he's already clearing off there in first position. Got Trying to Play in second, Common third, Hoodlum fourth, Ellis1 Baird in fifth, Reedcrafter in sixth, Jay-Z seventh, Mooner in eighth, Noob School in ninth, and Free News. That is your top 10. Ooh, got some close racing. Looks like Hoodlum has jumped ahead of Common into third place. Looks like Ellis1 Baird will be looking to jump ahead of Common as well. So Hoodlum now in third spot. Ooh, Common slightly hit the barrier there. That's going to slow him down onto the start and finish straight. Ellis1 Baird's going to go side by side. So as we enter the next lap, Ellis1 Baird will have the inside line as we go into turn 1. But Common is going to switch it around. Ellis1 Baird on the right, Common on the left. Common is going to have the inside line as we go through the next turn. If Baird can hold on, he can have the inside for the next turn, but it looks like he is a little bit too far away to do that. So Common will hold the position now. Reedcrafter got a little bit out of sorts there. Then he will fall out of this battle for now. Hoodlum now building a gap over Common and Ellis1 Baird. Ah, dang it, I missed it. I didn't see the events today. Oh, I'm sorry, Nodder. Yeah, if basically if you sign up, then yeah, you can just turn up. The server will be running. I'll be here. I'll be sat here. I'll be in the sky. Yeah, normally we'll put pings out for people if they do not make it. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't see some of the channels in the Discord server, just make sure you check the channels and roles section. Tick all the channels that you'd like to follow. For some reason, some people can't see some of the channels in the Discord, which sucks. But yeah, that's what seems to be happening these days. It's happened to me as well in other Discords. So there is our leader, David Final Form in first place. We've got Trying to Play in second, Hoodlum in third, Common fourth, Ellis1 Baird in fifth, Reedcrafter in sixth, Jay-Z seventh, Mooner in eighth. Closest battle right now is between Common and Ellis1 Baird. Battle for fourth and fifth position. Hoodlum was a part of this battle, but after he overtook Common, he's starting to build a gap there in third place. So what can Baird do here? Common had a slightly awkward bounce there, which slowed him down slightly. Going into the start and finish straight, we're already on lap 10 of 36. And here is your third, fourth and fifth battle. Reedcrafter not too far behind. Same with Jay-Z and Mooner. Then we've got a gap before we get to Noob School and Free News. Similar gap between these two. Good to see the two homies racing together on the track. Free News getting a little bit closer to Noob School now. Looks like he's found some pace here. Be a good racing throughout the field. Ooh, we've got side by side. Looks like Common went very wide there on the start and finish. I'm not sure what happened to him. But Ellis1 Baird will claim fourth place. Now he's got Hoodlum ahead of him in a podium spot. So he will surely be trying to pick up his pace and start to get on the back of Hoodlum. He did qualify in third ahead of Hoodlum, so we do know that he has the laps in him. There is David Final Form building the gap there over Trying to Play in second place. Hoodlum in third, Ellis1 Baird fourth, Common fifth, Reedcrafter in sixth, Jay-Z seventh, Mooner in eighth. And then we've got this battle between Noob School and Free News for 9th and 10th position. So Ellis1 Baird, he qualified on third place, fell back down into fifth, nearly into sixth. He's back up into fourth position now. This is probably the battle to keep an eye on in this race. The first and second are not really close enough to watch right now. Ellis1 Baird looks like he's at a similar distance behind Hoodlum than he was the previous lap. Hoodlum not looking too shabby right now. We'll ride on board with Hoodlum, see what kind of times he is doing. He's on a 37.937 is Hoodlum. So he has got himself into those 37s. Consistency is key though in these races, and it definitely looks like Hoodlum has got it in spades so far. There's no event reminder. Yeah, we don't really do those, unfortunately. Maybe I should start. Please add. What do you mean in like the Discord, like the top? I'll start doing those in the future. We didn't normally do those in the past, but yeah, if we can do those in the future. So there is Hoodlum, number 69. The purple machine. This one Bear doesn't look like he's getting any closer to Hoodlum over the last couple of laps. Common not leaving Baird alone either. Looks like Reed Crafter's got decent pace as well. Jay-Z still ahead of Mooner. Let's have a look at the battle between the homies here. Noob School and Free Noose. Got the Bud Light vehicle there of Noob School in the blue. And we've got Free Noose there in the black that says shitty car on the top. Lovely, lovely. So there is your leader, David Final Form. He's got a 6-7 second gap over Trina Plague in second place. Hoodlum there in third. Looks like Ellis Van Bear deciding to have Common for company now. He did overtake him earlier on, but looks like Common has found some pace here. And he's getting back closer towards Ellis Van Bear. I like that skin from Common as well. The equals band Enduro, blue and yellow. Ellis Van Bear with the 8-ball. Lovely machine. Reed Crafter getting a little bit left behind from these guys now. But yeah, it's good to see Hoodlum on form in this race. He has done a few races already in Wreckfest 2 and Revline. We've definitely seen how quick he was in Wreckfest 1. And he's starting to show the speed in Wreckfest 2 now as well, looking for his first podium position here in Wreckfest 2 Revline ranked races. Ellis Van Bear is pretty quick, yeah. He had a good race yesterday, and he's had 2 decent races today. He's looking for he's on for 2 fourth places in a row at the moment. Yeah, Hoodlum will definitely climb up the rankings with a 3rd position here tonight if he can hold on to it. We're about the halfway stage at the moment. There's Ellis Van Bear and Common. Ellis Van Bear, after getting the overtake on Common, was probably hoping to start catching to Hoodlum. It looks like he has Common to worry about more, who is behind him. Similar gap still between Noob School and Free Noose as well. Battle for 9th and 10th position. David Final Form looking for the first clean sweep in our Revline ranked races. We had different winners in yesterday's races. Joe Burden and David Final Form shared the wins yesterday. It looks like David Final Form is looking for the hat trick this evening. We've only just started and it's already looking like it's going to be done. And the German there from the equals band server looks like he'll be the first to do it. David Final Form. Lap 19 of 36. So the closest battle right now seems like Ellis Van Bear and Common, or the Noob School and Free Noose battle. We're right on board for a lap with Common. Where is he? There he is. So yeah, the combos will change every week. Some people won't be a fan of the popper, but next week on Monday and Tuesday, we'll have different combinations. So maybe there'll be a car and track combination more to people's liking. But we keep these things varied. So all the different driving styles will be catered for. But at the moment, though, it looks like David Final Form definitely likes this car and track combo with the form he has showed tonight. But Common staying on the back here with Ellis Wambed. We're on lap 22 of 36 now. Ellis Wambed with a 38.109. Good racing throughout the field here. It's like Moon is having a bit of the lonely race now though. Same with GAZ. They've looks like GAZ has cleared Mooner a bit there. Reed Crafter a bit lonely as well now too. Yeah, definitely these two are the closest battle on the field right now. Thank you very much there for the subscribe, buddy. Appreciate it. So we'll just get back on board with our leader. There is David Final Form in first place with a decent gap there over China Plague in second place. Hoodlum in third. Ellis Wambed in fourth. And where is Common? Common has dropped all the way down behind Reed Crafter. I'm not sure what happened there. But Common, who was threatening Ellis Wambed there for fourth place, is down behind Reed Crafter, so I believe is in sixth place now, just ahead of GAZ. So the battle that we had in this race looks like it's no more. So I think the closest battle now is between Noob School and Free Noose. Yeah, there is Ellis Wambed. There is Hoodlum there in third position. There is China Plague in second. Noob School is a lap behind. Looks like they're both going to allow the leaders to overtake. Free News looks like he's got the overtake on Noob School. What are they doing here? What are they doing? Are they trying to let each other through? Gentleman-like behaviour there from the homies. Free News and Noob School, but for now, News will have the position there on Noob School for 9th and 10th position. Hoodlum is the next person to lap them to. So can Common build his pace back up and chase down Reed Crafter and get back into the position that he was in before? He's got 12 laps to do so. Yeah, no worries, Real Slurry. Appreciate that, buddy. All my cars are too fast now. Haha, relearning the game. Oh, appreciate you, man. Once you've picked up all your racing lines and got to grips with the game, you're more than welcome to join us here in our Revline ranked races. Got sweaty lobbies every Monday and Tuesday evening. Oh, what is happening with Noob School? Yeah, hit the reset, Noob School. Any wheel-only races? Not yet, buddy. We've not got any wheel-only races yet, but we do have people who race on the wheel. Noob School here is one of them. We have had some very quick races in our events already that use the wheel, like the likes of Kira. He uses the wheel. But yeah, we've yet to organise an event with only the wheel. I'm not sure really how we could do that, but maybe we just have to trust everyone to use the wheel. But yeah, if we do, I'll post it in the Revline Discord. I'll advertise it on the YouTube and everything. But yeah, we might do that in the future. No worries, man. No worries. Yeah, appreciate that subscribe as well. Thank you, buddy. So no gap. Same with the second race, sorry. Not really many battles going on. Gaps between all the positions. Where there is David Final Form in first position. There is China Plague in second place. There is Hoodlum in third. Ellis Wambed in fourth. Got Reed Crafter in fifth. We've got Common in sixth. And we've got Jay-Z in seventh. Free News is a lap behind. And he's now far ahead of Noob School, who had that incident where he's facing the wrong way on the track. So there is third and fourth in your picture now, Hoodlum and Ellis Wombaird. Yeah, no close battles at the moment. We're right on board with David Final Form for a lap, our current leader. 37.630. He's nearly to break at the 37.5 barrier. So there's a lap with David Final Form, our current leader of this one, because he's going through lap traffic. There is China Plague in second place, Hoodlum in third, Ellis Wombaird in fourth, Reed Crafter in fifth, Common in sixth. We'll find out maybe at the end of the race what happened to Common. He was very close to the back of Ellis Wombaird earlier on in the race. But an incident or maybe a connection issue or maybe just a mistake has put him behind Reed Crafter here. So here is fifth and sixth position. Reed Crafter just up ahead in the black, number 404. Common just behind here in the blue and yellow. But Common with not many laps to get an overtake. He's got to catch up to Reed Crafter and then get an overtake on him. Not many laps to do so. Yeah, it's been good to see Hoodlum having a good race here. Looks like he's going to get his first podium in the Revline ranked races. Hopefully a sign of many more to come from the Wreckfest 1 veteran. Ellis Wombaird looking for 2 fourth positions in a row. Reed Crafter being very consistent this evening as well. He's done 3 races out of 3 tonight. And Common not really getting any closer to Reed Crafter. Reed Crafter with a decent pace. Common will have to pick it up if he wants to get the overtake done before the end of the race, but this is probably the battle to keep an eye on as we get towards the end of our final race of the evening. So here is 5th and 6th currently in this race. Let's see if we've got any other battles forming on the grid. There is our leader, David Final Form. 3 News allowing him to overtake. There is 2nd, China Plague. There is 3rd, Hoodlum. 4th, Ellis Wombaird. And there is 5th and 6th, Reed Crafter and Common. It is getting a little bit closer now, but time is not on his side here as we approach the 34th lap of the race. Actually, I'll ride on board with David Final Form as we was on board with Noob School there. I lost connections to the server. Hopefully I'll get... This has happened 2 nights in a row. We are back, we are back. So David Final Form on the last lap of the race. Looks like he's doing a celebration lap here. Or maybe he was just waiting for me to get back in the server. But David Final Form will take his 3rd win of the night. That's 3 out of 3 for him this evening. Fin cross main reverse in the popper. Nicely done there from David Final Form. Good racing from him. 3 out of 3. Trying to play against second. It's like Hoodlum will get a well-earned third spot for him. LS1 Baird in fourth. Thank you very much for the subscribe there, buddy. It looks like Reedcrafter and Common did get closer, but ultimately Reedcrafter will hold on and claim that 5th place. Common in 6th. David got it again. It's been a very fruitful evening there for David. Final form, 3 wins out of 3. And we'll see how he does next week. We'll have different track and car combinations. We'll see how the ELO rankings change. I'll be posting them in the Discord after the stream is over. I'll calculate everything and, yeah, make sure you keep an eye on that. Yeah, David, final form. There was no competition really for him this evening. We did have Joe Baird in earlier. He got 3rd place. We had Ez in as well. But ultimately, David, final form. Gets 3 out of 3 with this combination. Trying to play against second. Hoodlum in 3rd place. And that is tonight's racing done. Thank you all for joining, both racers and viewers alike. I appreciate all the support. We're doing this every Monday and Tuesday evening. Please keep an eye out for the announcements in the Discord. I'll make sure I put those event reminders in there too, Nodder, if people are looking out for those. But yeah, keep an eye out for these in the future. Appreciate you all. And we'll see you next week. Thank you, Nodder. Thank you, Real Slurry. Thank you for all the follows and subscribes. I'll just quickly read those out before I end the stream. So Nodder resubscribing. Thank you very much. Real Slurry subscribing. Megamouth following. Digital Mafia following. Thank you very much, guys. But yeah, I'll head off now. Please join us tomorrow. We've got Revline R&G, where we get a mixture of cars and tracks. We stick them all in a spin wheel, and then we'll have different combinations every single race. Hopefully we'll see you there. There's still spaces for that one. Yeah, GG's, guys. I'm ending the stream. Goodbye.